Week 9, Germany, Chiefs, pretzels, beer, sausage, morning. Those are all the words I associate with the Dolphins this week. What is up, Finn fans? Got a lot to talk about. Injury reports, breakdowns, PFF, 5 things. But I told you guys I have a very big announcement for today. A very big, may you call it, giveaway for today. Now, if you didn't know, the Miami Dolphins, I'm losing it. DouglieDoWrong, broke 44,000 subscribers. And I couldn't be more grateful, more happy, more anything for you guys. And it coincided with Matthew Graper, who's a great human being, hit me up, 5 days ago. And he had something he wanted to give me, and I'm giving it away. Because he was like, hey, give it away. And you might be like, Doug, stop beating around the bush. What are you giving away? I'm giving away 2 tickets to the Miami Dolphins taking on the Dallas Cowboys on Christmas Eve. You're going to get 2 tickets and a parking pass, a yellow parking pass. Giving it away. Love you guys. Thank you guys so much for supporting. So, hey, we broke 44K. I know it's not a crazy milestone. It's not 45. It's not 50. But Matthew Graper is an awesome human being. And I wanted to give you away 2 tickets to the Dolphins versus the Cowboys and a parking pass. So if you want to be a part of the giveaway, I'm going to have I'm gonna try my best to link the tag in the description for you guys to sign up. It's in the description, and I'll pin it as the top comment. If it's not there right now when the video starts, it will be there, I promise you. But pin at the top comment or in the description. So again, there's 2 spots you can go. Click on it. You give your name, your email address, and then you're in. You also have to be subscribed. So if you want the tickets and you're not subscribed yet, just hit the subscribe button. It costs you nothing. That's all you got to do. Subscribe and sign up. Be linked in the description or pinned as the top comment. There you go. The other thing I want to tell you guys about, for people who've been rocking with me for a very long time, I had a second channel called BitBoys, and we played video games. Well, we're back. And our first video comes out today at 5 o'clock, and I want you guys to go check it out. But I want you guys to realize that it is very PG-13. It's not the same DDW you get here. Very PG-13. But go check it out. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. But those are the 2 big announcements I have today. Ticket giveaway and the BitBoys are back. New video out today at 5 o'clock. So other than that, let's jump into this Mamma Jam and let's talk about the Miami Dolphins taking on those Kansas City Chiefs. So first and foremost, we are going to start with the injury report. We'll start with the Kansas City Chiefs. The only one who's out for them is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Again, it looks weird because they came, I'm doing the Wilson on you. They came to Germany Thursday. So they practiced Thursday and then they flew to Germany. So maybe that's why they don't have anything for Friday, but they do have the status of out. Everyone else, you had limited for Willie Gay and Jerick McKinney. Everyone else was full participant. So you literally could probably just do this with the injury report. There I am. And then for the Miami Dolphins side, Flau, we could do this for Miami. Out is Robert Hunt and Brandon Jones. Brandon Jones is in concussion protocol. Robert Hunt is dealing with a hamstring injury. Everyone else is questionable from Teron Armstead, Braxton Berrios. He'll play. Justin Bethel, River Craycraft, Xavier Howard, he'll play. Nick Needham, he'll play. Durham Smythe and Connor Williams. Connor Williams was a good to go last week as an emergency. I expect him to play, and Teron Armstead might play. But for the first time, we are going to see Xavier Howard, Javon Holland, and Jalen Ramsey on the field at the same time, which is oh so very exciting. But before we jump into the next bit, I got to shout out my guys at BetUS. Fantastic betting site. All 50 states can use it. Sign up using the link in the description. You get 125% of your deposit matched. And they're so kind, they gave us some graphics. So you look here, it's the Dolphins versus Chiefs, the spread. The Dolphins are 2-point underdogs. The money line essentially is favoriting the Miami Dolphins because they're underdogs. Over under 50.5 points. I'm going over. I'm going over on that. I think I said 20. Yeah, I'm going over on that. You'll find out at the end of the video what my score prediction is, but I'm going over on that. Then we have the prop bets, which, again, BetUS does fantastic, fun prop bets. Touchdowns over 2.5 for the Miami Dolphins. So I'm going over on that. They'll score more than 2.5 touchdowns. Field goals over 1.5. I might go under. I think they kick one field goal and then race to 20 points. I do think that they hit 20 points there. So again, BetUS, go check them out. Fantastic site. Link is in the description. Now, for the breakdown, if you guys remember, I usually have the big box and I tell you how I do it, like this versus this and this versus this. I said, screw that stuff. I'm going to edit it for you guys so you can see it better. So I edited it. And you guys can see what versus what. So you have the Dolphins offense versus the Chiefs defense. So you see the Miami Dolphins are #1 ranked in total offense, passing offense, rushing offense, and scoring offense. Kansas City Chiefs are 4th in total defense, 2nd in pass defense. They're 19th in rush defense, and they are 2nd in scoring defense. So the Dolphins should be able to run on them, but they might have a hard time passing on them, and I'll tell you why that is when we get to the 5 things. The Dolphins are 3rd, tied for 3rd in the NFL with sacks allowed, only allowing 12, and the Kansas City Chiefs are 2nd in the NFL, tied for 28 sacks. So that's a big portion of probably why their pass defense is 2nd in the NFL. 3rd down offense, Miami Dolphins are 10th. 41.7% of the time, whereas the 3rd down defense is 14th for the Kansas City Chiefs. And then giveaways, the Dolphins are 19th. They've only had 12 turnovers total. And takeaways, the Chiefs are 10th, getting 12 turnovers. And then if we flip it, the Dolphin defense versus their offense, Dolphins defense got much, much better. If you remember, I think week 3 or 4, the Dolphins defense was ranked like 20-something, 24th, maybe 25th. They are 15th. 15th in total defense, 16th in passing, 17th in rushing. That is much better than it was. And then you look at the Chiefs' offense. Obviously, they are a good offense. 4th in scoring, 3rd in passing. Not great in the rushing offense aspect. Scoring, they're 12th. And scoring defense, Dolphins are 25th. Need to work on that point. 4th in the NFL. 4th with sacks, 27. Sacks allowed, #1. They don't. Patrick Mahomes doesn't get sacked a lot, only 10 times. 3rd down defense, the Miami Dolphins are 11th. Again, getting better, 37.5. 3rd down defense offense for the Chiefs is 4th, 47.1. And then takeaways, 24th, only 8 takeaways. I see that getting better with X and Ramsey both being on the field. Giveaways, the Chiefs don't give the ball away a lot, 30th, 16 giveaways. So there's that. Now we're going to flip to the PFF. Chaplow, hey, how are you doing? Looking at our offense matching up against their defense, you see, I think this offensive line is going to be different. We're going to have, hopefully, Teron Armstead here, and we'll have Connor Williams here. Cotton and Jones, we'll see how they stack up against Jones here. He's the only one on their defensive side that really scares me. Jones, he can get a lot of pressure through the middle. To a 2nd-ranked quarterback, we have the #1 ranked running back, #1 ranked wide receiver. Waddle's getting up there, 12th now. Braxton Berrios, 62. I love our offense. Their defense is scary, and the aspect of the front outside of that doesn't really scare me much. I think our wide receivers have an upper edge on their corners. McDuffie is the 9th ranked corner, though. Their safeties are okay, not great. Then if we flip it, we see how it stacks up. Now, again, I will talk about this in the 5 things. Travis Kelce, second-ranked tight end. That's going to be a problem. Patrick Mahomes, third-ranked quarterback. Sixth-ranked running back is Pacheco. I think it's Pacheco. Wide receivers, Rice. They've been dropping a lot, though. Scantling's been dropping it a lot. You know, these guys have been dropping a lot. Their offensive line, their exterior needs some help, but their interior is pretty good, especially Humphrey and Thuney. But then you look at the Dolphin defense, baby. Getting better. Bradley Chubb, 17th. Phillips, Wilkins getting up there. You got David Long Jr., 20th. Ramsey's back. Xavier Howard's back. Look at our safety tandem, 1 and 8. Really like the way this looks, but again, we'll get into the 5 things on what to do with this guy right here. So, speaking of that, let's get into the 5 things the Miami Dolphins have to do if they want to beat this Kansas City Chiefs team. Now, again, no specific order. It's just I was doing research on them, and I started writing down what we need to do here. Number 1 on my list. Gotta limit Travis Kelce. I was just talking to you guys 2 seconds ago about how Kelce is dangerous. Second-ranked tight end in the NFL. Number 1, actually. I don't know what PFF was looking at. You gotta limit him. Now, if he is held to less than 100 yards, the Chiefs don't score too high, right? Now, there was one game. I'm trying to remember the game. I wrote it. I should have wrote it down. There was one game they had like 40 points, and he had like 67 yards. But if you look, the Jaguars game, he only had 26 yards. They scored 17 points. The Jets game, he only had 60 yards. They only scored 23 points. The Minnesota Vikings game, he had 67 yards. They scored 27 points. And the Denver Broncos game, he scored 58 yards. He had 58 yards. He only scored 9 points. The only game they lost out of all of those is the Denver game. He did not play week 1 against the Lions. But you got to limit him. Now, he's going to get his yards, just you got to limit him. There is talks of putting Ramsey on him. I wouldn't be against that. They got to limit him. He is the number 1 target. Him and Patrick Mahomes are that offense. You need to limit him. Speaking of him and Patrick Mahomes, my number 2 is you got to contain Patrick Mahomes. You cannot let him run around like a crazy person. You cannot let him extend the plays, make those crazy throws that we've seen, the highlights for Madden. We cannot let him do that. He is 5th in the NFL with yards per scramble with 10.1, and he is tied for 2nd in the NFL with scrambling 24 times. Got to contain him in the pocket. Now, Jalen Phillips is very good at, going on the outside rush. Same thing with Bradley Chubb, but then we need the pressure up the middle. Contain him in that pocket. Don't let him get mobile. Don't let him extend the plays because, again, corners and safeties can only cover for so long until it's just the receiver running around in the backfield, and he just chucks it up to him. Contain him in the pocket. Number 3 on my list. You got to protect Tua Tagovailoa. The Chiefs are 28th. It's tied for 2nd in sacks with 28. They're tied for their 3rd in the NFL with pressure percentage, 28.1. And they are 7th in the NFL, blitzing 33.3% of the time. Now, we know how Tua does against the blitz. He actually does really well. But they are very good at getting after the quarterback. Now, could that be because of the teams that they face? That is a possibility. But still, we need the best of the offensive line, and we need to protect Tua. Allow the plays to develop and get the ball out of his hands. Now, Tua is very good at doing that, being decisive with his throws and also giving himself time in the pocket. But I showed you a route in the film breakdown where Jalen Waddle ran like an in and then an out. Those plays can't develop if Tua has like less than 2 seconds to throw the ball. Gotta give him time. You gotta protect Tua. Number 4 on the list, we gotta play smart football. Now, this is another Doug one, but fumbles, interceptions, penalties, those are all things that have been happening throughout the games that have kept us in certain or out of certain games. The Eagles game, the penalties, I'm just going to throw out the window because complete and utter bias. But the fumbles and the interceptions against the Eagles, clean that up. Especially against the Patriots. How many fumbles and then the interception with Tua throwing it to Duggar. He has thrown one interception for a lot of the games this year. He needs to clean that up. But so does the team. Stop fumbling and work on your penalties. Now we have a refereeing team that seems to be pretty even on penalties. Hopefully that stays that way. But got to play some smart football. You're playing a very good game, a very big game against a good team. Smart football. And the last and final thing, run the ball. 9th in the NFL with yards per attempt. 4.4 is that Chiefs defense. Also 14th rush defense. The Miami Dolphins should be able to get some type of run against that defense. We saw Raheem Mostert getting some chunk yardage. We saw Jeff Wilson Jr. start to get in there. We got to run the ball. Keep them honest. That's where the play action comes in. That's where those end arounds, those sweep plays, that's where they start to come in, because they start to focus on the run. I showed you, I think it was the first or second play of the Patriots game, where those linebackers bit hard on the play action, and Tua was able to throw it over top of them to Tyreek Hill over in the middle of the field. Can't do those type of plays if they shut down the run. We got to run the ball. We got to establish the run so we can incorporate the play action. That being said, let me give you my prediction for this game. Now, this is going to be a very big, important game. I think this game is the biggest of the season. Now, will it define the season? If we lose, will our season be over? No. But this game to me is bigger than the Eagles game for multiple reasons. Seeding, right? Say we do continue to play like we should and we're fighting for the number 1 seed. Well, we already beat the Chiefs. So we have a tiebreaker over the Chiefs. I don't care anymore about people saying the Dolphins can't beat a winning team. They could shove it up their butt. It is what it is. People don't understand how the schedule's made. People don't understand about playing your opponents that are in front of you and taking care of business. It is what it is. But this is important for multitude of things. It's important to show, to me anyway, again, like I said, media can shove it up their butt, that they're going to win a playoff game. You're playing a playoff team. You're playing the Super Bowl champions. Beat this team, and you're winning a playoff game. This shows that you're going to win a playoff game, that you can do that. It's just national stage. Everyone in their 6-2 versus 6-2. Show you belong. Again, media, shove it up their butts. Show you can belong. The Dolphins themselves have come out and said that they know that how important this game is, and they know that this game essentially, like I said, is to show you belong. Show that you aren't a fad. Show that you are something real. I have the Miami Dolphins winning this game 28-24. This is the first time Vic Fangio is going to have Xavier Howard, Jalen Ramsey, and Javon Holland on the field at the same time. We saw how different the play calling was. We saw how much the defensive line got pressure when just Jalen Ramsey was out there, because he was able to call the scheme that he wanted to when he first came to Miami. The Miami Dolphins have been in Germany since Monday. The Kansas City Chiefs haven't gotten there since Thursday. Does that give the Dolphins a slight edge? It does. In my opinion, it does. A very slight edge maybe, but it gives them an edge that they have been there, they're acclimated to the time, and they're refreshed to be able to play this game on Sunday. Supposedly, now this is the ridiculous part of this, but I'm going to bring it up. Supposedly Taylor Swift will not be going because she has an Eras tour somewhere else, I think, around this time. And Travis Kelce with Taylor Swift there averages around 99 yards per game. Without her there, he averages 4.65 yards per game. Take with that what you will. It is a statistic, and I'm giving it to you. But I will say this. Hasselhoff is a Miami Dolphins fan. And who is the biggest star in Germany? David Hasselhoff. Let's go out. Let's get this W. Let's go into the bye week 7-2. Let's go into the bye week. Screw it. Shutting everybody up. I told you that they could shove it, but still shutting everyone up. Let's get this win, and let's go into the bye week 7-2 and just enjoying it. Sitting back and watching everyone squirm and say, oh, well, they got to be more than one. And then when we win a playoff game, well, you got to win more than one. And then when we do things that people say we can't, and then they backtrack and they move the goalpost. They've been doing it for Tua all year, and they're going to do it for the whole team. I will see you guys on Sunday at 9:30 in the morning. I'm going to be tired. Well, not like usual. Stay classy. Offense up.